YouTube, what is good? It is Saturday. It is cold outside. I'm in here early packing some stuff up. We dropped a What Shipping episode. Is that the post lady? I guess she doesn't have any packs for me today. Let's get right down to business. First on the list today, we have a pair of Nike Kyrie 1 All-Stars. Now, funny story about this sneaker. I really liked it a lot. So I bought as many pairs as I could. I think I was sitting on like 15 pairs of these things back in the day when they were bricks, you know, and they weren't really going for any money, but I sat on them and I sat on them, and I ended up getting a decent return on every pair. I probably made, you know, $80 to $150 per pair once I sold all the new pairs. This pair is a used pair. They're in not the worst condition, not the best condition. Obviously it's February right now, so everyone has that all-star fever. These sold for a bit over $100, and they're heading to Pennsylvania. So a great silhouette, great all-star sneaker. This was like the best all-star sneaker that year. It's still a great all-star sneaker. I don't think I have a dead stock pair of these left, which is sad, but again, just the memories looking at this shoe brings back a lot of them. So that's what's first on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a Yeezy 700 size 10. These are pre-owned. These just came in the other day. So they came in, I believe I paid about $140 on these. Threw them online for $200 and they sold. I think $200 is a pretty fair price for these used. The price kind of came down a lot on them. Nowadays they go for about $250 brand new, I think. So I'm definitely happy getting $200 used on these. These are heading to Massachusetts, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a Nike Air Force 1 Special Force. I don't know, I probably talked about the Special Force before, how Nike made too many colors. This is a prime example. Like, what the heck is this? This looks like a sneaker that you would wear if you're doing construction and you're wearing like one of those orange jackets and stuff and you're like treading through the woods or something. I don't really know. You're going hunting maybe. You'll stand out. Yeah, terrible colorway. These sold for about $75 plus shipping, which I'm really happy about. These are heading to Pennsylvania, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have, to me, a very special pair. Here we have a Nike Air Max 362. I used to have the Nike Air Max 362 back in the day. I had a blue colorway. I got them, I believe, at like Sports Authority on the clearance rack. It was one of my favorite sneakers. I wore the heck out of them. I remember I was a bar back at a bar in my hometown, and I would wear them as a bar back because at that point they were pretty beat up, but one day a piece of glass literally cut through the bubble, and I was really pissed about it, but honestly I wore them with the bubble cut and they were fine still. So I love this shoe. The other reason why I love this sneaker is I got this pair, I mean, we're not even open yet and people are calling. I hate that phone sometimes, but that's alright. Not because of that, because a lot of times I get like courtesy calls and stuff like that, and it's just like totally pointless. And also, while we're on the phone ringing thing, let's just talk about phone calls real quick, right? If someone opens up a sneaker store, guys, they want you to like go see it. You can't, I don't think you can call Flight Club and like ask, hey, what do you have in my size? Hey, could you do better on this price? Hey, what size? You know, it's just like, come on, guys. If you're local, just like get off your couch and go support small business, whether it be a restaurant, a barber shop, a sneaker store, a clothing store, a rapper, whatever it is, man. Just go support small business. Stop asking questions. Just go check it out. You'll find good stuff if you get off your couch and go explore the world instead of calling every place you want to go to because you want to be 100% certain that your trip is worthwhile. It's like, guys, take risks, get off your couch. Anyway, back to why these are one of my very important sneakers. I got this sneaker in a very big buyout, one of the biggest buyouts I probably ever did. which I found at a flea market, and I made a lot of money off that buyout, and it just brings back a lot of memories. This is one of the last pairs of this sneaker. I probably had about 8 to 10 dead stock pairs of this sneaker in this size. I still have, surprisingly, the lot was a lot of 10.5s, but I had one pair of these in 11.5, which I wore to death, and they're in the back somewhere, and I think the bubble popped on them as well. But great sneaker, super comfortable. These sold for a little over $100, and they're heading, I believe, to Australia overseas. Air Maxes are big in Australia. That's what I've come to realize, those and Hirachis and trainers and stuff like that. They call them the trainers. The trainers, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but anyway, really cool shoe. That's what's last on this first 4-pair segment of what's shipping. I'll be back later because we have a lot more stuff to ship out. YouTube, what's good? It is still Saturday. I've been organizing all day, trying to get stuff done. We've been getting so much new stuff in, and organizing the old stuff is just such a hassle for me. Anyway, we have here another pair of shorts. You guys are probably like, wow, this guy's really flipping shorts. I got like garbage bag full, so these, you know, couple pair here and there, it's really nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it all counts and it all adds up. Here we have a size 2XL. These are white with yellow. These are Jordan shorts. Again, the old Jordan shorts fit a lot bigger. These are heading to Iowa for about 30 plus shipping, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what's good? Back with some What's Shipping. Here we have a pair of Adidas Harden Don issue 1s, I believe. I believe these are James Harden sneakers. Yeah, pretty sure they're James Harden sneakers. Anyway, this pair is in really good condition, no box. These we had up there for 75. I believe they sold for 50 plus shipping. These were a trade-in, so it's not really that bad. Probably brand new, they go for like 90 bucks. So 50 plus shipping to Cali isn't too bad. Nice basketball low top sneaker. I'm not an Adidas guy, but these aren't terrible. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have a Nike Air Presto Essential. These, I believe, are the neutral olive colorway. If you're not familiar with the Nike Air Presto, it is one of the most comfortable sneakers out there. One of my personal favorites. Really, really comfortable sneaker. These sold for about 50 plus shipping, and they are heading to North Carolina, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have a Air Jordan 1 High Obsidian. This is a sleeper, man. I think a lot of people slept on this sneaker. It's a really good colorway. This pair is pretty beat up. There's no box, no extra laces, no nothing. These were only on eBay for a couple days, and they sold for about $175 plus shipping. These are heading to Connecticut. Again, if you can grab this sneaker DS for a good price, even used for a good price, grab them. They're gonna go up. Really good shoe, really good quality, great colorway. And yeah, these are heading to Connecticut, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. All right, we are back. Here we have a beautiful Michael Jordan white authentic jersey. As you can see, it's a size 52. I would have kept this jersey. The problem is I just don't do well with white jerseys. So for me, the amount of money I can get for it, I'd rather take that and buy a jersey that I could wear a lot longer and it would last a lot longer. This is heading overseas. I love to know where it's heading. I sell so many jerseys to people overseas, and it's like, I believe they have museums over there or something like that where they collect all this stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they wear, I really don't know. But this is heading overseas for about 200 plus shipping. It is used, so I'm not too mad about that. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Back again, we're gonna finish off this What's Shipping segment today with these last two items. First off, we have a Nike Roshe NM Flyknit. This is a size 8. Now, the other day I bought about 30 pairs for about $1,000. It sounds a lot more lucrative than it actually was. I was kind of bummed about it. I thought I should have paid a little less. I have a lot of crappy women's sneakers in the bundle, but hopefully I'm gonna make the 1,000 back. This is the first pair to sell out of that bundle. These sold for 80 plus shipping on eBay. I was kind of trying to get 100 so I didn't have to pay eBay fees, but it is what it is. I'll take the 80. These are heading to New Jersey. Cool shoe. Obviously, Roshes used to be a lot more popular back in the day. Now they just are kind of dead because Nike made way too many colors, and there's so many different options now that you know, these end up in Marshalls and stuff like that. So these are heading to New Jersey, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what is good? Here we have a pair of Nike LeBron 10 Elites. These are in really good condition, no box, really good sneaker. Obviously these retail for about $260 back in the day. I want to give a quick shout out to King Leonidas, King King space Leonidas on YouTube. The reason I want to do that is he reached out to me and let me know that he purchased these off my eBay. Really appreciate that. Of course, if you guys are looking for NBA jersey videos, make sure to check him out on YouTube. Really passionate about his jersey collection and the stuff that he collects, which I appreciate because, again, I'm very passionate about what I collect and what I'm into. So it's nice seeing other people out there who are passionate and knowledgeable about the stuff they like. You know, nowadays, so many people are out there faking the funk, acting like they know what they're talking about, when in reality a lot of people don't. So it's really nice to see people out there who know what they're talking about, and this guy's one of them. So shouts to him. We're going to send him a nice little refund, or a partial refund, just because he subscribes to the YouTube and shows love. And these are heading to New York, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. First up, we have a cool Larry Bird stitched jersey. This is made by All American Collection Vintage Sportswear. You know, sometimes I find these one-off jerseys that I don't know much about personally, like the brand and stuff like that, but they're still very nice pieces. I throw them up on eBay and kind of just feel what kind of offers I can get. This one I had up for quite some time now, and it sold for about $65 plus shipping, something like that. Very happy with the outcome. This one has a stain on it. Hopefully it comes out in the wash. I didn't try to wash it. This is the first item going out, and this is heading to Texas. That's what's first on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have here an Air Jordan 3, aka the True Blue. These things are dusty. They are dog daddies. They are cooked. They have scuffs. They have yellowing. But hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. These are heading to Texas for about $75 plus shipping, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a Nike Dunk High Premium De La Soul QS for Quick Strike. Very cool pair. These were in outlets, didn't go for anything. Obviously the dunk craze is back, so people are always looking for these. These sold for about $150 plus shipping, which I'm happy about, and they are heading to New Jersey. That's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have here an Adidas Yeezy 700. This is the Inertia colorway. These are lightly worn, size 12. These sold for about $245 plus shipping, and they're heading to Tennessee. I'm not too mad about this sale. Obviously, the 700s were $300 retail. A lot of them kind of went down in value, so a used pair for $245 is not too shabby. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a Air Jordan 1 Low. This pair is heading overseas. As you can see, it already has glitter on it. Well, I don't mean already, but it has glitter on it. A lot of Air Jordan 1s, whether it be highs or lows, I guess from age, I guess from paper, whatever it is, sometimes they develop this glitter. The glitter does come off with a little water or a Jason Mark or whatever, or a little saliva or a little whatever, you know, it just comes off. Or you just wear the shoe with the glitter. It's no big deal. A lot of people see the glitter and they get like super upset about it, like, oh my God, are those fake? Like, no, the glitter is a good sign. It's a good thing. So remember that. Anyway, these are heading overseas, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have the classic Air Jordan 7 Bordeaux colorway. This is the 2015 version, I believe. The difference between the 2015 and 2011 version is A, right here on the 2011 version, it is gray on the midsole. This pair, it's a more olive color. B, the suede on the 2011 was kind of a softer suede. This is more of a nubuck. And also the 2011 was just kind of a skinnier cut, you could say, where this, you know, that wine color on the tongue, it's a lot skinnier on the 2011. This one is kind of fat. It's kind of more bulky, retro-y. Still a great shoe. Obviously one of the best of all time. To me, when it comes to sneakers, the 7. And a great colorway. This one is heading to Indiana, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Last up on What's Shipping, at least for this quick segment, and then I'm going to get to the other items I have to ship out a little later. We have here an Air Jordan 6 Infrared Nike Air Edition. Beautiful, beautiful sneaker, obviously. Cannot go wrong with these. These are lightly worn in a size 12, and they are heading to Illinois. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what's good? Back again. Here we have a beater Allen Houston H2O New York Knicks old Nike Swingman jersey. This is a size large. Again, I say beater because it has a lot of marks on it. I put that on the listing. It's sold regardless, and it is heading to Texas. I think it's sold for like 30 plus shipping, something like that. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, here we have a pair of Nike Air Vapor Max. These are a size 5 youth. I was kind of worried about buying these, to be honest, because I didn't think I'd be able to sell them. But thankfully they sold within like 2 days on eBay. These sold for about 50 plus shipping, and they are heading to Texas. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have here a pair of Air Jordan 1 Obsidian. This is a GS size 6 youth. This pair is gently worn, and they are heading to California for about 200 plus shipping. Really, really nice sneaker, man. I love this colorway. I love the quality on this leather on these. Good shoe. So that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have this Chain Gang John Cena jersey. This is a size XL. It is from 2004. This jersey is heading to Illinois for 65 plus shipping, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have this beautiful Jerome Bettis Reebok helmet tag authentic. The helmet tags authentics are really nice. I actually have an Eagles Trotter helmet tag authentic. It's like one of my favorite jerseys. This is a size 56. It doesn't really fit overly large like a regular 56 would. This probably fits like a 2XL roughly. Really nice piece. This is heading to New York, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have what I like to call a double whammy. One pair right here. These are a size 8 pre-owned Nike Air Force mids, as well as a pair of Nike Air Python premiums. I don't know if you guys remember these. These were worth like a lot of money when they first came out. They're going for like $250. Now they really don't go for much. These sold for like 40, as well as the Air Forces sold for around the same. Both of these are heading to New York, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, back to almost finish off this What's Shipping for the day. Here we have a pair of, I believe these are like the Son of Force. This I recently bought in a big collection. This pair obviously is yellow, at least this sneaker. The midsole is really yellow in comparison to this one. So we put these up for like 40 bucks plus shipping. Surprisingly, they sold really quickly. These are heading to Connecticut, and that's what's first on What's Shipping. Next up, we have here a 1990 Terminator 2 old school snapback. It is dusty, but it is really sweet, man. This one is heading to Indiana for about $40, which sounds like a lot, but the other ones on eBay were about 100, so this isn't too bad. We're gonna get this shipped out. So this is heading to Indiana, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have these Nike Air Max 97s. I believe these are called like the sports jersey pack or something like that. Really cool sneaker. I never really saw these release. They just ended up coming into the store as a used pair. This U size 11 is heading to Michigan. These sold for a little over 100 bucks, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a sneaker that I still have to locate the box. But here we have the Nike LeBron Safari Edition. As you can see, there's some blue markage here. But really cool sneaker nonetheless. Very good quality on this. Green swoosh on the inside. These are heading to California for about $100. So to me, it's a really good deal for this sneaker. Nice pair. Kind of hard to find nowadays, brand new especially. So not too mad about the outcome. So these are heading to California. That's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have this Nike Air Max 720 Undercover Edition. These are really sweet. The retail was about $200. These are brand new. We sold these for about $150. So I'm happy with the outcome. These are heading to Miami, Florida for $150 plus shipping, like I just said. Really cool sneaker. Definitely probably really comfortable. Definitely a different colorway. So these are heading to Florida, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have another Air Max 720. This is just a plain gray colorway. People really like this sneaker, whether it be in black or gray or whatever color. It's a cool shoe to find and put up there for like under 100 bucks. These sold for a little under 100, surprisingly, and they are heading to California. Again, these end up in outlets for about 80 to 100 bucks brand new, but for some reason online, if you're patient, people do buy them lightly worn. So definitely try it if you have some lying around. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Back again, here we have a Air Jordan 7. This is the Barcelona Days colorway. I had these in the back for quite some time now. This sneaker, if you guys remember, was kind of rare and limited when it first came out. They were hard to acquire, but now they don't really go for much. This pair actually sold on Poshmark for a bit over 100 bucks, and these are heading to Utah, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Back with some What's Shipping. Here we have a super smoked pair of Nike LeBron 10 Carbons. This was the type of sneaker that I took in that I probably shouldn't have taken in. They're super smoked, super dogged out, but they did sell. I just dropped them. They sold for about $28 plus shipping. At this point, I just want to get rid of them. Again, I shouldn't even have taken them in the first place, but I did on a trade-in, and hopefully the person who's getting these in Missouri can enjoy them, even though they are smoked to death. So these are heading out to Missouri, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what's good? It is Monday. It is early. All these items are heading to GOAT, so let's rifle through what we are sending out. First up, we have a beautiful pair of Air Jordan Futures. This was a great silhouette. It's a great comfortable sneaker. They don't really sell for much anymore. This pair is heading out for a little over 100 bucks, and that's what's first on What's Shipping. Next up, we have these CDG Converses, very popular sneaker. You know, certain silhouettes do better than others, certain colorways do better than others. These sold for about $130, and these are heading out. Next up, we have one of the best sneakers of all time, the Air Max 1. This is a U size 12.5. These I've had for quite some time now, and they sold for about $150, and this is what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have this pair of CDG Vans. These are really beat up. I had them on GOAT for a while now. These sold for a little over 100 surprisingly, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have these 112 Clark Kent Nike SB Dunks. Cool shoe. They really don't sell for much, especially in this size, 7.5. Maybe now that I sold them, they'll go up in price or something, but that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have a brand new pair of these Nike Air Max 1 Swipe of Foxes. This is a 10.5, and it actually sold for about $270, which is crazy to me because I remember these sitting in the store. I should have bought more. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have a pair of Air Jordan 1 Rare Airs. This was cool because I found these at a flea market for about 40 or 50 bucks. And these sold for a bit over 100, so I'm definitely happy about that. Next up, we have this regular pair of Nike Air Max 97s. These are used with no box, and these sold for a bit over 100 bucks. That's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up, we have a pair of these Air Foamposite Pros in the Gym Red colorway. Very nice sneaker. These are lightly worn, and they sold for about $230. Next up, we have a pair that I despise. I despise these because I bought a lot of them for more than I should have paid. The price on these came down a lot. This is the Satin Black Toe 1. This is a size 5 in women's. These sold for about $380. Honestly, I probably took these in for like 400 store credit, so I'm definitely losing. But it is what it is. I'm getting them off, and I'm happy with that because it's just time to get them off. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. One more pair I forgot. These are the Air Jordan Trainer Primes. This is a flu game colorway. Funny story about these, man. I found about 10 pairs at an outlet. I paid about $30 a pair. These sold for a bit over 100. This is like my last pair. I sold all of them. And yeah, man, I'm super happy about it. The last pair of these I sold, I think I sold for like 65 bucks. So over 100 is definitely great. That's a stack. Let's bring all this stuff to GOAT.